Back in around 2002, I was introduced to a game called Dynasty Warriors 3. Little did I know at the time that this relatively obscure hack and slash would leave enough of an impact on me that I would still be a fan to this day, and with the next game in the series, Dynasty Warriors 9, being announced as an open world game, I thought it would be a good idea to take a look at the surprising first entry to the series, Dynasty Warriors for the PlayStation 1. I picked the game up from a retro game shop back in 2013. I even have the receipt here. For some reason I bought Lego Racers at the same time. I have no idea why, but look at this case. 2 for £10 or $6.99 each. Premier Software £14. Okay, well, before we pop the game in, let's take a look at the instruction manual, something we don't have the luxury of doing these days, #bringbackmanuals. They must have been super confident in the graphics at the time because they opted to go for in-game models on the front, and I don't know how to feel about this. Check out the PlayStation 1 controller before they added analog sticks. It looks so naked. It's in this manual that you realise that the original Dynasty Warriors was not a hack and slash, but a fighting game. Now, I am not a massive fan of fighting games outside of Super Smash Bros, but this appears to be a pretty deep fighting game, all things considered. I am a huge fan of this section that shows off the playable characters, including their moves and how to pronounce their names. However, I'm not confident in how accurate these pronunciations are. Jo Yun? Dean Wei? Alright, so I actually haven't played the game before, so this is as much of a learning experience for me as it is for you. For reference, I'll be playing on my PlayStation 3 so I can capture the footage. The disc isn't in great condition, so I'm hoping for the best here. When the game starts up, you're greeted to a 2.5 minute long intro cutscene. This isn't the most amazing cutscene I've ever seen, especially compared to some of the ones we get to see later on in the series. I mean, seriously, some of these later ones are outstanding. I mean, look at this. But I digress. This one gets the job done, but these character models look just off enough to give me nightmares. So, now that the game is on, it has become clear. This game doesn't have too much to offer besides a few different game modes that basically equate to one-on-one matches, which means if you're like me and had no one else to play with, you're not going to get much enjoyment from the game. The main menu displays one-player battle, which is playing against computer-controlled opponents. Versus, which is 2-player mode. Team Battle, which is a sort of 3 versus 3 mode, where each player selects 3 characters and the loser is the first to lose all 3 fights. Tournament, in which 8 people can select a character in a knockout tournament. Time Trial, where you have to beat the game as quick as possible. Beating the game means winning 2 rounds on each stage. Endurance, where you select one character and defeat as many computer-controlled characters on one health bar. And Practice, which is exactly what you think it is. So, into one-player battle I go, and into the player select screen. You get 10 characters to play with, including fan favourites Zhao Yun, Guan Yu and Zhihao Dun. There are 4 unlockable characters, namely Zhuge Liang, Cao Cao, Sun Shengjing and Lu Bu. As well as 2 samurai warriors, Nobunaga and Taokichi. Well, spoilers, but I don't unlock any of them. If you've played any of the later Dynasty Warriors games, you should have no problems identifying which character is which. It's nice to see that character design has remained recognisable across the entire series. If you haven't played any of the Dynasty Warriors games before and want to know why you should care about these characters and what the story is all about, there is a page in the manual outlining the story, but it's very light on the details. I won't go over the story as it would take hours to go over, but you should know that the story of Dynasty Warriors is somewhat historically accurate and makes for some pretty fun reading if you have the time. With that out of the way, let's fight. Well, out of the available characters, Guan Yu is my favourite, but let's go with the poster boy Zhao Yun. I should mention that a bit of the bottom of the screen is blurred out. I don't know why, but I think it could be due to the disc having a lot of scratches. Anyway, The first fight is against Taishi C, an officer of Wu, and he beats my ass. Seriously. Don't play fighting games without knowing the controls. He even perfects me on the second round. Alright, let's try the man known as the God of War. No, not that God of War, Guan Yu. I'm against Taishi C again and managed to poke and prod my way to winning the first round. Hell yeah, God of War is right, but my victory is short-lived as Taishi C wrecks my shit again. Practice mode against that bastard Taishi C again. This time, I spend a bit of my time with the manual by my side attempting to learn the controls. At this point, I realised I had no real clue what the hell I was doing. I don't know if it's because this game was released in 1997, but everything feels so clunky. The controls make sense, but it doesn't feel too responsive. It's a real shame because the mechanics of the game feel like they're really deep, and you can even see some moves that translated into later Dynasty Warriors games. Pretty cool. Well, before I give up, I guess I should try some other characters just for the hell of it. Let's try everyone's favourite fatty, Zhu Chu from Wei. Hey, I'm fighting against Zhao Yun, and this goes exactly as you would expect also. Zhao Yun fucks me up. Twice. Let's try our only female character. Oh my god, why? Alright, I think that's about all I can handle from Dynasty Warriors. In closing, I appreciate what was created here, but I actually appreciate what Dynasty Warriors turned into nowadays even more. I'm confident that if you're someone who loves old arcade style fighting games, that there is something here for you, even more so if you have the friends to play with. As it stands, the Dynasty Warriors series is 20 years old now, and doesn't seem to be going anywhere soon. I am super excited for Dynasty Warriors 9, and I will continue to play the current Dynasty Warriors games for a long time to come. Well, not 6. 6 sucks.